Hello and welcome back to Arcura's Plays Mechwarrior 5 Mercenaries. We're going to continue to ignore this job rewards thing here because the two mechs we have for it, which I believe are our fire starters, are both hero fire starters. I picked one up as salvage. I didn't even know that could happen. So, let's go to our next mission. Actually, we won't go to our next mission right now. We will go to the timeline. And let's just do the next events. To see what's going to be refit and what won't. We're going to have to not use the Marauder and the Warhammer next time. Okay. Lancers, I won't mince words, but we are in a nightmare scenario. House Hiritsu's elite commandos were able to raid Marshal Pendrosa's command center and get away with their battalion's encrypted encrypted Ministry of Information Intelligence and Operations codebooks. If decrypted, House Liao will be able to decode the House Davian wideband comm chatter and any transmissions sent into any Comstar facility on occupied planetary networks. The entire security of Operation Rat could be in jeopardy. Our MIO liaison believes that the encrypted codebook data packets are now in the hands of the Mechwarrior, the Capellan State Intelligence Service. Our spies have reported that since the start of the war, the Mechwarrior have been struggling to keep up and verify the flood of reports and information pouring into Xi'an every day. The head of the Mechwarrior crisis team, Justin Zhang, is said to have instigated rules requiring local and regional verification of any new intelligence data before being forwarded to Xi'an to ensure that verified critical intel to the capital isn't buried by a mountain of minor unverified reports. Because of this, our MIO liaison believes that the codebooks will stay on Tigris until they are decoded or verified by some other means, which means that there's still hope that we can still intercept the third Crucis stolen codebooks before they are allowed to transmit them to Xi'an. Commander, we can't allow those codebooks to get off-world. Once we identify the location of the Mechwarrior, we will have to act swiftly and eliminate any data relay satellites that can transmit the codebook data packs to a jump ship or Comstar. I'll need your unit to be ready at a moment's notice the second we identify where they are holding the codebooks. Prepare your lance for rapid deployment the moment we can verify the facility that is housing the codebooks. Did an AI write this? It's like, did they talk about like the codebooks over and over and over and over again? We know what you're talking about, man. Unfortunately, I will not be able to commit additional forces to reinforce you for this mission. The Kestral Lancer's primary objective of bringing the system into the fold has not changed, and for now, House Hiritsu and Laura's Legion will maintain control of Tigris. I'm trusting that you and Rihanna are the only ones capable of getting this done without much support from the rest of the second Crucis. Don't let us down. Okay. Of course, we are barely going to keep up with how much our lance costs. Okay, we have 275 tons. Alright, maybe we should bring something heavy. Is what I might think. So we do have another Warhammer ready. Let's say if we go Cyclops, then drop the Warhammer to the Jaeger mech. Then let's bring out this Warhammer and swap out the Centurion for the Trebuchet. Yeah. I don't like that I mismatched the LRM-5 and the LRM-5 hot load on this. Plus, I think it needs another ton of LRM ammo. But it is what it is.
It's of the utmost importance that you stop the Mechwarrior from decrypting those codebooks. With them, they can decrypt our reports and significantly stifle Operation Rat security, putting not just our lives, but all Federated Suns forces at risk. Our MEO liaison has relayed the locations of known Mechwarrior relay stations in the system's capital of Jianfeng. We need them destroyed ASAP before they decode and transmit the data to Comstar. They'll know what we're up to the second we start taking down their relay stations. So timing is of the utmost importance in this mission, Commander. Good luck.
So, from a military standpoint, I can tell the game designers don't really know how a military handles encrypted data transmission. Or... Okay, there's a Wolverine up there. Wait him to come to us.
Defensive perimeter breached. Hostile mercs closing on our location.
Gauss is ready.
All weapons on the commander's target.
Target acquired.
We have the target's position marked. Gonna wipe it out.
Oh, come on.
The bosses are tearing me apart. Mech down.
Okay. So, back to what I was saying. When I was in the military, without going into too much detail.
New target, Phoenix Hawk.
Oh, that's a Phoenix Hawk. So, the way the military will generally handle a breach like this is to change the codes. Okay? So it seems like this is like old-timey ancient shit. Okay? This isn't like, oh, just for modern, you know, you change your, like, the fact that, you know, our heroes here, House Davian, doesn't have, like, an alternative set of code books, right? You know, in case this happened. That says some things. Because the easiest way to make this this type of issue not an issue anymore, just change all your codes, man.
Sounds like they're calling in the cavalry, Commander. Let's hurry it up here.
But yeah, when I was in the military, that's what happened. If for some reason anybody really thought that, or if there was a credible threat that our communications had been breached, they would just change the codes immediately.
Roger that. Engaging.
God, we are efficient at taking out these mechs.
The commander just handed us a target. Let's snuff it out. Target mech is history.
Target
Enemy destroyed.
destroyed. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Destroyed satellite up.
Target destroyed.
The entire encrypted package to Comstar now. We cannot risk reports returning to Federate hands. Damn it! It's now or never, Commander. We need to stop those transmissions before they complete their handoff. Get this job done now.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
I wish I had killed VTOLs.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Too late. The package is in the hands of Comstar. Your illegal annexation of Capellan territory ends now. All right, Commander. Fall back. The Lancers will soon be able to spare a mech company to deal with this rabble later. Return to base and we'll plan our next moves.
Yeah, I mean, you guys could have just had an alternative code book, you know, in comm security that you could have just swapped to and been like, we're going to go to comm book, we're going to go to comms book Kilo. And then, like, even though they'd had the old codes, you're not using the old codes anymore. That's how simple that's like, keep it simple, stupid. So House Davion's own idiocracy, you know, created this situation. Okay. Oh, they didn't drop the, we need another Wolverine. Yeah, we'll pick that up. There's not really a lot in terms of weapons dropping. That's new for me. Barely took any damage. Zeus. 2 LRM-15s, 2 really good medium lasers, really good large laser. Alright. Commander, thanks for taking this debriefing with me in private. After your extraction, our support infantry moved to capture all Mechwarrior facilities. I'm just gonna call it MEO. Our MEO liaison has reviewed the intel collected that we've determined that the Mechwarrior was ordered to verify their price before they would be allowed to send the packages up, the data packets up to Xi'an. Thanks to your intervention, they were unable to do so. In their panic, they did the only thing that they could do to get the message off-world, transmitting the fully encrypted data packets through Comstar. Under Justin Zhang's mandates, they couldn't forward the package directly to Xi'an. They needed to forward their reports to their commonality's regional capital for processing and verification. Normally, this would have been Tikhonov, had we not already conquered it. So instead, they were forced to transmit the packages to the capital of their neighboring commonality. They've transmitted the codebooks to Sarna. Little do they know that Sarna is already a marked target for the 5th wave of Operation Rat. House Davian's COC has just decided that the 5th Certus Fusiliers and a pair of mercenary battalions will be the units that take Sarna. The Fusiliers are already looking for some payback after the Liao ambassador to New Sirtis kidnapped Duke Michael Hasek Davian 15 days ago, when the CID attempted to arrest the ambassador for espionage. Commander, I'm invoking your position within the Kestral Lancers' Special Operations Battletech Company and ordering you to assemble your troops and prepare to depart for Sarna on your own. With Marshal Pedroza injured, she has been recalled to New Avalon to report to the MIO director, Quintus Allard, and alert him of our situation personally. In her absence, I'm needed here to secure Tigris with the rest of the 2nd and 3rd Cruises. Unfortunately, the only support I can give at the moment is a freshly repaired Zeus whose pilot was KIA during Kerr's intruder's ambush. While I'm still attempting to charter a jump ship route for this task, be ready to depart from Tigris in no more than 7 days. We'll have more information for you prior to your departure. Until you meet up with the 5th Certus Fusiliers, you'll be on your own, so prepare your forces for anything and everything. Make sure you stock up on provisions from the market and begin all refits or repairs prior to leaving for Sarna. We'll discuss further details when I have them. Alright. Achievement unlocked. Living the dream. No idea what that means. Okay. We have 8 million C-bills. What's left on the market here that I was dreaming of? I was dreaming of this Black Knight. Is another good 75 tonner. But I think it's going to be more important for me to save my C-bills at the moment. However, this AC-20 burst fire or rapid fire is calling my name. I'm going to pick that up. So I don't even know if I have AC-20 ammo. I do. I have 10 tons of it. Let's get rid of that. I'm going to start getting rid of any half ammo I might have. Oh, I have a lot of AC-10 ammo. I probably do not need that much. I'll keep the Gauss half ammo, because Gauss ammo is hard to come by. Okay, I have probably way more heat sinks than I will ever need. Let's just reduce that number a little bit. Okay, I probably don't need any ultra autocannon half ammo. Okay, do have some AMSs. Well, I'm keeping way too many of these. Some of these need to go. Sometimes things just pile up, you know? You gotta eventually go through stuff. It gives me about 8 billion C-bills. Oh. We killed our Phoenix Hawks and our Shadow Hawks. We can actually finish those. A really good LRM-10, 20 million C-bills. I'm not really as happy. Additional electrical connections with Malmos bundle. Decrease signal reaction time across the bundle, increasing acceleration deceleration performance. Okay. We go to the Cantina. War Dog's at only at level 2 compared to like Mech Hunter, which is up there. So I'm gonna pick up War Dog, even though I don't really like the rewards, but I'm gonna pick up this to kill grasshoppers for the eventual LBX autocannon. Go to our battle max. We do have a Wolverine 6R, so we can sell this one. They'll sell for a decent amount. Okay, so the Zeus is an 80 tonner, so it'll go at the top of the list. I might start doing things like putting things in alphabetical order too, because that's just something I do. Bellmaster's an 85 tonner, and you're an 80 tonner. Okay. So, Mr. Zeus, how do I feel about your loadout? That AC5 has got to go. So that AC5 is 8 tons, and that can become a heavy rifle. Yeah, that could become a heavy rifle. That large laser can become a large laser short burst. Pull another heat sink and be like, max the armor. So this is where we're going to start. I do want to eventually put maximum armor on this, but I think that's going to require changing out the LRM 15. So we'll figure that out as we go. So we'll just go ahead and start the work here, and we'll go ahead and paint the mech. Just repair all. Alright, let's depart. Commander, I've tried contacting both the COC and the Fusiliers to alert them to our plight, but since their impending invasion of Sarna is considered to be top secret, their entire unit is operating under a communications blackout until they secure Sarna. But by that time, it could be too late for us. We will need to dispatch you to Sarna on your own. Oh, this is going to be... This can only result in a friendly fire. Your mission will be to link up with the 5th Certus Fusiliers Combat Commander, General Gordon Hartstone, or the Battletech Regiment Commander, Colonel Anthony Harkness, and deliver this verigraphed message for myself explaining our situation. Once you've made contact with them, your objective on Sarna is to find the location of Sarna's Mechwarrior headquarters and demolish it before they can decrypt the Third Cruce's codebooks. See if General Hartstone or Colonel Harkness can spare some forces to support you once you've made contact. Unfortunately, due to Sarna's distance through hostile space and with jump ship availability being in short supply, the best we can muster for you is a route that will take over 3 months before you arrive at Sarna, and another 16 days traveling from the jump point to the planet itself. By the time you touch down, it will be almost a month after the Fusiliers have initiated their invasion of the planet, if everything goes well. By the time you reach Sarna, they will have a strong foothold already established in the system. Commander, until you make contact with the Fusiliers, you will be on your own with no support. So I need you to ask, are you absolutely sure of all your mechs and equipment queued for refits for your journey? I have no idea what the situation on Sarna will look like by the time you arrive, but be extra sure you have collected all the provisions prior to departing. Godspeed, Commander. Contact me immediately once your objective is complete. The set course, yeah, that's gonna fix up all of our mechs.
Sarna, capital system of the Sarna Commonality, and one of the jewels of the Capellan Confederation. For centuries, Sarna had been a beacon of industry and technological sophistication, once housing large populous cities across all of its continents, feeding a healthy commercial manufacturing industry. But, like the rest of the Inner Sphere, the succession wars brought death and destruction to Sarna. Today, although it's only a shadow of its former self, it remains an important world. Its aerospace and dropship manufacturing centers, combined with its centralized location in Capellan space, have made it a prime target for the Federated Sun's ongoing invasion of the Confederation. House Davion has charged the elite 5th Certus Fusiliers with taking Sarna. In order to complete our mission, we will first need to make contact with their commanding officers, General Gordon Hartstone and Colonel Anthony Harkness. But something seems to be wrong. Although we jumped into the system 7 days ago, I have not yet been able to hail anyone on the wideband Federated Sun's command channel. I'm getting nothing but silence every time I try. Even more disturbing, the local news is reporting that the Fusiliers have attacked and destroyed Sarna's HPG relay station, which has cut the system out of contact with the rest of the Inner Sphere, spreading panic among Sarna's populace. Our mission to recover the stolen Neo codebooks is far too important for us to abandon. Whatever the odds, we must make contact with the 5th Certus Fusiliers and request their assistance in finding and destroying the stolen codebooks.
That's a
Otherwise,
fucking
the entire security
no-no
of
that
Operation
they did.
Rat could be compromised. Let's just hope we're not too late.
I'm actually surprised that Rihanna didn't mention how big of a no-no that was. So when the Star League fell a long time ago now, when the Star League fell, a significant portion of General Kerensky's forces stayed behind as the comm guards to ensure that the HPG network would basically remain neutral in all things. And in fact, the Great Houses have all honored this, because if Comstar just decides to cut off your entire area of space from the HPG network, which is the communications network that allows for basically instant communication between planets, then they're at a huge organizational disadvantage. No planet can really talk to each other, and they would have to relay messages via jump ships to get any messages through. And guess who runs a lot of the jump ships? Comstar. So that means that HPG relay facilities are sacrosanct, basically, and the war here has damaged or destroyed one, which is which is a bad day. That means Copstar is probably going to get involved. And by involved, I mean involved. See what we have here. Collect a cicada, collect a shadowhawk, and collect a spider. These rewards aren't very good, but they would get us mech collector stuff. So, let's go to our operations. Which mech collector is something we need. Here we go. Objective log. So, we have these collect 2 fire starter mechs, but I don't want to give up our hero fire starters for this. So, we are just going to abandon that one. And we are going to do this. We're going to accept that first. And immediately turn it in. Yep. And turn in the spider. Greater heat buildup. That's actually really good for some of our mechs. And then we can come back in the cantina. And it'll be like, ooh, a cicada. We'll accept this and we'll immediately turn that in. Provided, which one do I like more? I like the laser cicada more, so we'll go ahead and turn this one in. And maybe we'll try to collect a shadowhawk as well. All right, so that gives us plenty of stuff, and we have a black market, mech market here, so. Awesome. Battlemaster, Cataphract, another Cyclops. Fuck you. I would have just bought fire stars to turn in. Stalker. Victor. We're starting to get up there now. Except that the system is House Liao, so these are all way more expensive. The Stalker, like if you get the right Stalker, it's the next leg up from a catapult, in my opinion. Another laser marauder. There's lots of good mechs here. All of our mechs should be good. Let me check our recording time. Yeah, we've got enough for another mission. What's on the equipment market? They didn't say that's a good AC-20 if I really used them, which I don't. All, please. I want to see everything. It's an alright large laser, good LRM-10. LRM-20 hot loads. If only we got better ones of these. Decent regular medium laser. That's a good PPC. A PPC, wait, PPC X? You're new. You're like a PPC shotgun. There doesn't seem to be any interesting ammos here either. Alright. Man, we can afford mechs on the mech market, but let's invade here first. We're on our final approach to Sarna. I'm still getting nothing on the Davian command channel. I'm also picking up a large amount of space debris in a shallow orbit outside of Sarna's exosphere. It looks to be the debris of a number of destroyed dropships or satellites, but they're too small to make out any discernible origin. Wait a minute. Commander, I'm beginning to get a read on the 5th Certus Fusilier's encoded channel. It's incredibly faint. They appear to be sending an SOS. The message is only a single set of coordinates accompanied by a single repeating text transmission. Mayday, mayday, mayday. This is the 5th Certus Fusiliers calling for assistance from any forces loyal to the Federated Suns. We are in need of assistance at the following coordinates. No holovid, no audio, no declaration of any kind of identification. And the signal on this is so faint, I can't even get a read on anything beyond the text transmission of the coordinates. I don't like this, Commander. I don't like this one bit. Unfortunately, those coordinates are the only lead we have at finding the Fusiliers, and we need these code books and their help, or everything will be lost. If this signal is legitimate, we'll need to assist the Fusiliers and make contact with General Hearthstone or Colonel Harkness if we're going to have any hope of completing our mission. The extremely cautious Commander. This has all the makings of a trap to lure Davian loyalists to an ambush. I would not risk our most effective mechs until we have a better idea of what's going on. But as bad as it looks, we're going to need to prepare for the long haul. Okay. 290 tons. Oh. Got one there. Oh, 3 here. Slightly less salvage, but we don't have like the points to max out everything. Alright, well, we've got 290 tons to work with. That's gonna be nice. Okay. We're gonna take the Jaeger mech for pure for just pure fire. Trebuchet. I'm gonna bring the archer. Where's my archer? There it is. Oh, it takes us over tonnage already. We're gonna take this Warhammer as well. I'm gonna drop this. Is it Battlemaster time? Or is it Ultra Autocannon time? I think it's Ultra Autocannon time. The Warhammer can become an 80 tonner. The Warhammer could be a Zeus. We'll see how this lance goes.
Attention. Prepare for Battletech departure. Warning. Hangar doors opening. Stand clear.
Well, it's the first time I've used an ultra autocannon, so see how it goes.
Commander, the communications disarray caused by the Comstar HPG relay station's destruction has allowed us to land on Soina undetected. But I'm still not getting any responses on the Federated Sun's wide band. The only thing we're detecting is a faint SOS signal from the 5th Certis Fusilier. I've marked its approximate location on your HUD. If there are any Federation forces out there, we need to make contact with them ASAP if we are to have any hope of surviving this deep into Capellan territory. But be on your guard, Commander. This SOS signal could be a trap.
Okay. Let's adjust our weapons groups because I haven't done that. Okay, large lasers are going to be on 1. Those are going to be on 2. And the ultra autocannon. Okay. I want my damage dealer ready. Seems like there's a lance and a half of mechs there, including an assault Assault and 4 heavies. Plus 2 turrets. 3 turrets? 4. Surprised we haven't hit any opposition on the way. Gotta cut our way through the jungle.
Of the Fusiliers, transmitting IFF frequencies to them now. Let's go up and introduce ourselves.
Incoming mechs, stay where you are. Your IFF says you're with the 2nd Cruises Lancers. Why are the Lancers here on Sarna?
The Lancers aren't here in force, it's only us. We're here on special assignment from Marshal Jackson Davion. We have an urgent matter to discuss with General Hearthstone.
He's gone. We believe he's been KIA.
What about Colonel Harkness?
Definitely KIA. His Marauder was bombarded by Inferno missiles. When he tried to punch out, Inferno gel poured into his cockpit and burned him alive.
Who's in charge here then?
You're looking at her. Captain Alana Damu, 5th Certus Fusiliers, 1st Battalion. And as much as I would love to know why you're here, that is going to have to wait. We've got bigger problems at the moment. We're waiting on our salvage teams to strip this Gazelle for any surviving provisions. We're not gonna make it much longer if we can't salvage as much of its supplies as we can.
We've got Orion, Atlas. That's the assault mech.
We're detecting Liao forces converging on our position. They must have tracked your approach here. Lancers, my men are exhausted and stretched to the brink. I cannot afford to lose any more of them. Help us fight through this with minimal losses, and I'll see what I can do about helping you with your special assignment.
Oh, kill 21.
We're on
All right.
Captain.
New target.
Hostile mech incoming!
Hostile units spotted. Moving to attack.
Incoming missile.
Oh, okay.
Roger that. We need to smash the requested target.
I'm reading more Liao forces on approach. Captain Davion,
Alright, we gotta be
do you
closer.
have dropship support to extract your unit?
Target.
No, our dropship support was destroyed in low orbit shortly after we made planetfall. We've been tracking down and salvaging whatever supplies we can from as many of the downed support dropships we could find. I'll be straight with you. After a solid month of dodging hostile forces, we're on our last legs.
Kill the Thunderbolt.
Incoming missile.
What happened here?
Sarna was a trap. Our MEO intelligence was completely inaccurate. They said that the system was only defended by a few regiments of militia with possible light mech reserve support. What we ended up getting was all 4 regiments of McCarran's armored cavalry. They waited for us to make planetfall before attacking our dropships as they tried to return to a low orbit, trapping all of us on this rock. Then, their mech and vehicle forces pinned us against the Grey River and slaughtered everyone. Only a handful of us were able to make it out. If we don't secure these supplies, we won't last much longer. What you see here is pretty much all that's left of the 5th Certus Fusiliers.
Target acquired.
Enemy transport touching down.
Target destroyed.
Okay, we've got some heavies in our midst.
We need to focus fire on that hostile. Target down.
Target acquired.
Send all fire on that hostile.
Target destroyed.
Oh, I'm glad I brought.
Contact any jump ships at the Sarna jump point.
We've tried multiple times, but the Confederation have seemed to blanket the entire system in some sort of thick electromagnetic field.
I'm glad I brought like all the heavy hitters here.
That isn't short-range communications on planet.
About halfway
That would
through.
explain why we weren't reading anything on the wideband on our burn into the system.
Target
Great shot. Hope his friend saw him hit the ground.
Destroyed. Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Solid copy.
Oh, killed Victor.
Cut loose on the priority target.
Okay, we got mechs coming into the back. Lights.
Designated a target for us. Concentrate all fire on it.
Destroyed.
On our burn towards the system, we caught the news saying that you blokes took out the local HPG station.
I don't believe that for a second. No matter what the Confederation's state-run news says. The HPG was our only hope of contacting anyone off-world about our dire situation here. It makes no sense that we would destroy the only means of saving ourselves. With
Wow, this
leadership
mission
and our
went
top ships in the
quick.
HPG destroyed, we have no way of contacting anyone off-planet. Whoever destroyed the HPG most likely condemned us all to death.
Yeah, something seemed fishy about that. You have to be absolutely mental to even think about crossing Kestral and their HPG stations. Last time someone tried, the entire Free World Fleet found themselves without interstellar communications for almost a year. And they only got it back because their Captain General capitulated to Kemstar's every demand.
Captain Damu, I'm showing no further enemies on scope. It looks like we are in the clear.
Ugh.
Your
At least
Lancers
somebody
really
mentioned
bolstered for us.
consequences.
Thank you. Stick around
That
till we're done
Comstar
here
would
and
do.
follow us. We'll talk about Marshal Davian's special assignment for you once we reach our encampment. Word of advice, though, lose the dropship. Keep it suborbital if you need to relocate. The Big Mac will shoot you out of the sky if they think you're assisting us. Whether you like it or not, you're stuck in the trenches with us till this is all over.
Alright, so things are getting interesting. The Capellans say that we destroyed the HPG. The survivors here say that the Capellans are lying about it. Catapults. Either one of these would be pretty good. Oh, there's some good medium weight and short bursts too. Oh, I can't get the Panther. We'll take the Assassin. We'll pick up a new Assassin mech. You know, just to have one. Archer took the most damage there. A pilot. Thanks for watching our backs out there, Commander. Ever since Mechwarriors killed majority of the Fusilier on the Grey River, we've been in bad shape. Lots of survivors that we found had severe injuries or infections after weeks surviving off Sarna's jungle. We recovered a handful of Mechwarriors who were still fit for service after having their mechs blasted out from under them by the armored cavalry. If you don't mind taking on extra personnel, I'll assign them over to you as you see fit. They're good Mechwarriors, but I don't have enough equipment to keep them in the fight. When you're ready, let's see what made Marshal Davian feel the need to send you all the way out here to this hellhole on your lonesome. Okay. Oh, I want to accept this so bad. What can I unaccept to accept that? We're gonna get rid of the collect the Shadowhawk. I don't feel like I'm gonna pick up a Shadowhawk anytime soon. But we've been fighting lots of VTOL. So we'll accept that one. I need to do treasure hunter stuff more too. I just find equipment collector to be such a pain. Anyway, things are finally starting to heat up, I think. Let's go ahead and throw our assassin over here. And we will go ahead and repair all. That'll take 12 days. Go to our timeline. All of our refits will be done. Alright. Oh, 20 million C-bills. Would love to have an awesome to fill out that 80-ton. Or a Victor. Or that Zeus. Like, sometimes you really gotta look at the mechs that they're selling. Because that Zeus has another Ultra Autocannon 5, which is good. But he's got another ER laser. So we'll just take a look at a lot of these. That ER large laser, actually. Ultra Autocannon 5 Burst Fire, LRM-15 plus Artemis. Oh. Anyways, that's all the time I have for today. That is definitely all the time I have for today. Thank you for watching. This is Arcturus, signing off.